Okay. So I don't know where this is right now. Just gonna listen in here. See if still not starting up just yet. So that means no one. Christ, that is right. Let me turn that down. Okay. Okay, that should be a lot better. Let's take a look here. No, it's still maybe it's the lenses. Hold on, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a last minute thing, like legit. So yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna we're doing it live. Let's just do that. Whatever. But hey guys, what is maybe it's the light up there. Anyway, hey guys, what is going on? This is your boy Joshua Williams here. So I'm back with another stream. You guys are probably wondering why I'm not having my glasses on right now. My glasses broke. I still wear them. Granted, I'll just show them to you right now. But this is what happened. So this broke, just snapped in half, and so now I got like tape and rubber bands on them, and so honestly, I could wear them for the stream right now, but just right here, yes, okay. I could wear them right now, but to be completely honest with you, I not going to. So, but yeah, so just wanted to do like a last minute stream because this is the last day of 2019. And tomorrow literally is 2020. And I can't do a stream. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, I could have done a stream tomorrow. But a couple of things. One, I'm working tomorrow. I didn't really request for a day off because I thought I was going to be working today instead of tomorrow. But they had me working tomorrow, which is fine, you know, so it's whatever. But that, and after I get home, I'm most likely going to be pretty tired from working, and I'm also going to be heading out to for dinner tomorrow as well. So this was kind of the only time I really had, and my mom just went out to excuse me, do something. So I really kind of have like a limited amount of time, so I'm most likely only going to be able to stream for about maybe 30 minutes or so, probably. So yeah. Hold on a second. All right. But anyway, yeah, so just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys. And again, if you're just joining, there's a reason why I'm not wearing my glasses because they're broken. And to be hellishly honest with you, I do not want to be on camera looking like a goddamn. I mean, okay. I already look like a nerd anyway, so honestly, it really shouldn't matter. But I think just for now, I'm just gonna not put them on. But anyway, um, yeah, let's see. Dan Stein just says rip glasses. Yes, rip. I'm gonna get some new pairs after. I'm expecting a big check to come in from the theater company that I'm part of. So because of that, I'm waiting for a while until what the hell? Okay, no, that's a YouTube video that's popping up. Okay, but yeah, I'm waiting for that check just so I can be able to get new glasses and cheaper glasses as well. Because these here are Ray Bans, and I got them at Kaiser, I believe, and I think they cost mom about like maybe $300 or something. Because of like the lenses that I have, since I'm nearsighted, so because of that, I guess like the lenses, and also I see better with my left eye compared to my right eye. My left eye is a bit more clear, but my right eye is a bit more blurry. So I'm not blind. Obviously, I can see everything. It's just blurry. Just like if I were to get like really close to the phone, like this close, I can see myself clearly on the screen, right? But back here, now it's a little blurry vision. So I'm nearsighted naturally. So because that's why I basically wear glasses. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably go to like America's Best or something and get these glasses for like $50 or some shit. Get new frames that will hopefully not break again. Because that. So here's the story behind that, by the way. Um, and if you watched, well, And actually, no, I don't think I even advertised. No, I did advertise the podcast. But either way, whether you've seen the podcast or not, I'll tell you the story again anyway. So essentially, I was in San Diego for about a week, and I was, well, not really a week. I went Monday and came back on Thursday. So we were there for about like 3 or 4 days, give or take. And the next day, I get up and put on the glasses as usual. And if you wear glasses, you know that they do tend to get dirty. Like dust kind of gets caught up all the time, or tiny dust particles and whatnot. So I just take the glasses off like normal. I hold them in my hand like normal, and I start rubbing the glasses with like a t-shirt. Just as I usually do. I don't hold it any differently. I haven't wasn't doing anything weird with it. And so I hear and feel a small snap, and I look at my glasses. They were still somewhat connected, but I saw a little slit on the bridge of the glasses, and then it just breaks apart. And like right in front of me, the glasses were just like two pieces. Came from one piece, and now it's two pieces. And that was not fun. It was not fun. It wasn't good. I wasn't incredibly pissed, but I was definitely frustrated. Kind of became stressed, but it didn't particularly ruin my day, thankfully. But I was worried because like there was a show that I had to see down there in San Diego. I ended up seeing How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical in San Diego, which yes, I know sounds extremely weird. And you probably are like, well, that's probably awful because the two movies that came out, well, depending on how you feel about the Jim Carrey movie, you probably think that's terrible. You think it was all right, or it's the second movie that recently came out with Illumination's interpretation of the Grinch, and you probably thought, yeah, that wasn't so good either. I have to say that the musical did a much better job of transforming the story from the book and making a good adaptation out of it. Like they did a much better job. So I try to see it as often as I can. I've like first time seeing it in a while, but it's a really really good show. Like the two other movies, like I don't hate the Jim Carrey. Fuck. I don't hate the Jim Carrey version, obviously, but like at the same time, I do. When I was recently watching the movie on Christmas Day last week, I realized just how weird of a movie it was. I'm like, yeah, it's a strange flick. Like it really is a strange flick. So, and I haven't seen the Illuminations version, even though I have not heard anything good about it, to be honest. I saw the Nostalgia Critic review, and I saw another person's review. I don't remember the YouTuber's name, but he kind of ripped apart the Grinch's design, mainly because, like, oh, he's supposed to look like this awful antagonistic person, but he kind of looks like this cuddly green person. Or when he's supposed to have, like, crooked, ugly, hideous teeth, and his teeth is just pearly white and straight. It's like, what the hell were you guys thinking? Like, that would make sense if it was the end of the movie where he realized everything, right? Where he's like, oh yeah, he gets fixed up and whatnot. Like, and he realizes Christmas is more than just presents, it's yada yada yada, and his heart grows big. Like, if he were to go through like a physical transformation at the end of the movie, sure, that would probably make sense to have his teeth be perfectly white. But in the beginning of the movie, and it's just like, guys, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, but either way, out of all the adaptations, I think like the musical that currently goes around on tour in the U.S. during Christmas, and the permanent production they do in San Diego every Christmas season, is definitely probably, besides the cartoon, obviously besides that 30-minute cartoon that was made in 1960s or 1950s, I think, that's the second best adaptation of the story of the Grinch, to be honest. So that's my personal opinion. So yeah, like the day of that show was when my glasses broke, and so I was afraid that I had to hold both of the pieces up to my eyes like this the entire time, and I would have not have been happy. But like I came up with the solution. First, it was just the rubber bands, and now it's the tape and rubber bands, which thankfully have worked. But still, I still have to fidget with the glasses because sometimes the images are warped now. when it kind of like bends a little too, it's not fun. So hopefully very soon I can get some new glasses, you know what I mean? But like until then I gotta work with this, and it's like it's not bad, but it's still annoying, but it works, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, I'll read a couple of your comments again. I'm honestly on a time constraint, so I'm not really gonna be here for too long. In fact, I started this stream at 3:40, no, at 3:50, so I got like about somewhat 20 minutes. I might give myself an extra 10 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, let me start reading a couple of these comments here. Hold on. Okay, so let's see what some of these people have said. And also, thank you guys for joining the stream. Again, it was a last minute thing, but I just wanted to, I guess, say my goodbyes of 2019 on this channel. I don't know. I see everybody else doing like their final videos of 2019 and stuff, and I haven't made a video in like 3 weeks. Which was something I said I wasn't going to do, but at the same time, which I tried, but the thing is, like, I literally did become somewhat busy over the past 3 weeks, so, or has it been 2 weeks? I'm just gonna say 3 weeks right now. But yeah, I've kind of become somewhat busy over the past couple of weeks, kind of, again, me being out of town and me having like a lot of events to do and all that stuff, so it wasn't particularly easy, especially last week, because I had work, and then there was Christmas Day, and then the day after Christmas, I ended up going to Disneyland for the first time in the first time in a year, and which actually that was a great day, like because it was supposed to rain on the 26th. That kind of that kept most of the crowds out. So because of that, the crowds weren't too bad. Like it was still crowded. If any of you guys have been to Disneyland, you know how crowded it gets. Not just Disneyland, but Disney World in general. But yeah, like if you guys know how busy it gets at these parks, you would know that like sometimes it gets very packed a lot throughout the years. So it was still crowded, mind you, but the longest I had to wait for any ride was like 55 minutes. And for Disney, that's not too bad. Even though that wasn't their biggest wait time, like the longest wait time they had at the time, and this was technically outside of the park. This was for California Adventure, and it was for their Radiator Spring Cars Land ride. That was about like 165 minutes. No way I was going to wait for a ride for 165 minutes. Screw that. So thankfully, they have single rider. So I could get in a single rider line and only wait for about 5 minutes. So it works out 100%. But yeah, like it wasn't that bad. I didn't have any issues going through any of the crowds. I got to see some family again. And it was cool. And then Thursday, oh no, that was Thursday. Friday, I ended up seeing the Frozen musical. Which I'm thinking of honestly seeing again, not because I liked it, but because I had an annoying family sitting behind me throughout the entire show, and they just kept talking. Like the little girl, I don't know if it was like her first time being in a musical theater show before, but she kept talking, kept asking what was going on in the scene. I'm like, you've seen Frozen, why do you have to ask what's going on? It's like, you should know the damn story already. But the parents kept talking with her, and I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up. It's like, so I was kind of annoyed, so I kind of want to go back to the show just to see if, like, because not that I thought that the show was bad, it was just that, like, I want to see if I can have, like, a better experience. Like, if I don't have an annoying family behind me, if I kind of come out of the theater a bit, like, enjoying it a bit more, I guess. Because I think I enjoyed it less because of the family behind me. Maybe. I don't know. So I kind of want to possibly see it again just to see if that was kind of why, my experience wasn't the greatest. Not that it was terrible, but it wasn't the greatest. I ended up moving a couple of rows. No, I moved a row down and during the second act. And, I didn't hear them much more. which was good, but you know, it was yeah. But either way, so that's kind of why I've been gone for a while. I definitely am gonna try to post more videos. Again, most likely it's gonna end up being some Reddit threads, possibly because I don't really watch a lot of new. And I know I said I was gonna read some of the comments that you guys are posting in the chat right now. And excuse me, I do have a little bit of a cold right now. But that, yeah, I mentioned that in the last video I posted. Um, I don't really watch a lot of, like, I mean, not that I'm choosing not to watch a lot of, well, somewhat kind of, but I'm not really watching a lot of new stuff on TV right now, like or in terms of this channel, since I'm mainly watching like cartoons and such. I'm not particularly watching a lot of new cartoons, like new animated shows. Like, I'm not really watching Amphibia. Not that I don't like the show, just I haven't really been watching it. I don't know. I probably at some point will try to get into the series. It's a weird thing for me. Like, sometimes when it comes to a series, like, I may watch a couple of episodes when they first start airing, and then I stop watching it. And then, like, later on in the series, when the story is kind of getting more, not more dark, but it's kind of getting more story driven ish, I guess. I start watching the show, and even if I haven't seen like most of season 1, I start watching season 2, and I kind of get it's weird. Sometimes I'll watch a show throughout the entire all the episodes all throughout, and sometimes I'll just jump right into the middle, kind of somewhat get an understanding of where the story is going and what's going on. And then I'll be watching the rest of the show. Be like, okay, so that might end up happening with me in Amphibia. I don't know, but yeah. And then there's the other show on Disney, Owl House. I think I'm not sure if that even started airing. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I really don't know. And then there's Infinity Train that happens, I think, sometime next week, or is it coming up in a couple of weeks? I don't remember. I might try to catch that as well. To truth be told, I'm not as interested as I was before. I don't know why in particular. I don't know if it's because of the new character. For some reason, he doesn't seem all that interesting. I really don't know, to be honest. But I think I will definitely try to still catch the show. I kind of have to, honestly. I kind of did a review of the first one on stream. I might as well check out the second one and see if the series got any better or whatnot. You know what I mean? So yeah. But and I am kind of messaging somebody at the same time. So, but sorry about that again. But yeah, like we'll see 100%. But yeah, I do, and honestly, when it comes to 2019, and again, I'll eventually get to your comments soon, but honestly, in 2019, 2020, in 2020, I do want to try to not just mix up my videos, but try to change it up a little bit. And that's not 100% in terms of content. Again, I'm still going to be doing the Reddit thread videos, even though that might be phased out in a little bit. That really depends. I don't know. I mean, like, it really depends in particular. I don't really have a plan for my channel, to be honest. Like, I don't have a plan of, like, what videos I do want to make and whatnot. Like, I'm kind of just throwing things out there right now. But I do want to kind of switch things up. I do want to try to change things. So... Is that right there? Yeah. Yeah, I do want to honestly try to change things up in particular. But I mean, I don't know. Like, it really depends. It really depends. But we'll see what happens when it comes down to that, I guess. You know what I mean? So I mean, I honestly, like, while I'm speaking right now, and while you guys are watching right now, how many people are watching? About 6. All right. To the 6 of you that are watching and the ones that comment on these streams, excuse me, in the chat right now, give me video ideas that you guys would like to see me do. You know, like maybe what series you would want me to possibly maybe rant about or review about. Give me like maybe, and it doesn't have to also be just cartoons or TV shows or even movies. Well, definitely, if there's one thing I will 100% do, because there is going to be a season 2 of Green Eggs and Ham. I'm definitely when that series comes out, maybe not immediately, but when the new season comes out, I will definitely do a probably a season 2 review. It most likely will be a video, probably not a stream. It'll most likely be a video, but that will definitely be something that I will be talking about. The second season of Green Eggs and Ham. So I don't know when that's gonna come out, but it's gonna happen. So, which I'm really excited for that, because I really loved the first season of Green Eggs and Ham. I thought they did that splendidly. Like, it was just amazing. If you guys haven't seen the series yet, and that's if you have Netflix, by the way, if you haven't seen the series yet, I highly recommend you check it out. Like, truly, if you want to binge the series like I did, like just watch it in one day, go ahead, do it. But yeah, like, man, it's just a great series. But yeah, again, like in the chat, give me like ideas that you guys would like to see me talk about. And also like, and again, it doesn't have to be just cartoons. If it's like, say, ranting about certain things that are going on in society, even though I kind of want to keep it from going political, to be honest. Like, I don't want the videos to, even though it was kind of a weird time on my channel in a way, but it was kind of getting me views, I'm not gonna lie. But I was kind of making like these political type videos talking about like SJWs and whatnot. I don't really want to do that again, because like it's just stressful. It's stressful because SJWs irritate the shit out of me, like 100%. You know, they're like the worst of the worst, to be honest, and I don't even want to like waste my breath on them, to be honest. But like, you know, if there's like certain things you want me to rant about or talk about, give me, there's multiple ways you can do this. Again, you can, mention this in the chat, or you can, I think I still have discussions on my channel. I think you can still make comments on my channel. I don't particularly remember, I'm not 100% sure, but if you want to send me stuff there, go ahead. If you also want to give me recommendations on like what Reddit threads you guys want me to possibly check out, maybe for the next video, you guys can do that as well. So, like I want, you guys to give me some topics and whatnot, so I can at the very least have things to think about. Be like, okay, they want me to do this video. All right, I'll probably start, doing that. And I might want to start going back to doing scripted videos, because those are kind of easier to make. Well, not 100%, but somewhat they're kind of easier to make, because at the very least I can really think about what I'm going to say, type it out, and, I kind of know what I want to do in a way, instead of just like putting up a camera and speaking to you guys, even though obviously those are kind of more real generally. Even though I still would be doing those, but I think like with certain types of videos, I would want them to be scripted, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how my mind is processing this channel, I guess. Also, I want to try to come up with more content on my other channel as well. I do want to try to make more videos on the Bun Bun Vlogger as well. I still won't be vlogging in particular as to like, having a camera on me like while I'm walking through, say, Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland, or I'm going to Hollywood and I'm vlogging. Like, I'm just not good at those, because I'm still very shy. I think I'm getting a whole lot better, but I'm still pretty introverted, by the way. And I'm still pretty shy as well. And so me holding up a camera to myself and vlogging outside just would not really be all that good. I would not be all that engaging in a way, or at the very least I would try, but it would just come out to be a little awkward. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not too outgoing. I'm very aware that people probably would be watching me. It's just not, it's not really an easy thing for me to do. So I wouldn't particularly do that, but I still would try to do like vlogs where it's somewhat kind of cinematic, or it kind of feels like it's a short film, you know what I mean? So those would kind of be the kind of videos I would most likely post on that channel. And I've been filming a lot of stuff with my do I have the camera? Yeah, I'll show it to you guys. I don't think I've ever shown you the camera. In fact, I have the lenses off for it. I got a 50 millimeter lens, but this is a camera that I have. It's a DSLR. It's the Nikon D 3200. And this is the camera I mainly use now for like pictures and all that stuff. It takes really good photos, and I kind of want to start off something where I'm like able to sell photos or be able to take pictures of people, you know, like commission them and all that stuff. Interestingly enough, and this stream might go on a little bit longer than usual because I want to keep myself in a time limit, but at the same time, excuse me, but at the same time, you know, I kind of want to still kind of, I don't know. I'll still go on for a little bit more because I do want to kind of get to your comments, but still got a couple of things I want to say. But either way, when I was at Disneyland, like the family I went to, there was a family that's from Montana, and my god sister Elia, she came with her husband, whose name is Scott, and we hung out with each other with her mother, who was my godmother, and so we hung out with each other, and also my god brother also came along, and he's generally in his own world, so we kind of just let him wander off in Disneyland so he can do his own thing, and we hung out with each other for about like 7 hours, and then we kind of split apart because, you know. But either way, they were talking to me about like the wedding photos that they received from the person that they paid, and they talked about how it was just horrible. They talked about how like the lighting was horrible. Some of the pictures were blurry. Some of the like angles were pretty bad. And they were looking at the pictures that I posted on my Facebook page, because I did take pictures of the wedding as well. Not the ceremony, but I took pictures mainly of like the venue. Yeah, pretty much of the venue, and, you know, kind of like pictures of what else? There was, yeah, well, I think the only pictures I really got was, again, of the venue, which was very beautiful, by the way. And also, there was this this thing that happened where it was kind of like a send-off. We had, like, sparklers. Everybody had, like, sparklers. They lit them on fire, and they kind of had, like, this picture where everyone kind of, like, held a sparkler up, and the wedding couple kind of walked kind of somewhat underneath all the sparklers, or people kind of had like sparklers around the couple, and we were taking some photos, and that was kind of the only picture I had of the couple, to be honest. And they were telling me with the pictures that I posted on Facebook that the pictures that I took came out much better than the photos that the people that they paid for the wedding photos took. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, wait a minute. My photos came out better than the wedding photographer's photos? That can't be real. It's like, you paid. I don't know how much money they paid for that photographer, and he screwed up, yet my photos came out better. I was surprised. Now, I mean, I don't know, because, like, I mean, it's not that I don't think that my photos are good, because I honestly try for my photos to come out perfectly. And I still am learning certain things about my camera. I'm somewhat of a fast learner when it comes to certain things, but I'm still like learning a couple of things when it comes to my photography. And, you know, even like recently with some of the pictures I take at Disneyland, I try to perfect my pictures as much as I can. And like, you know, but so I know that I still have some work to do, but I know that my photos, for the most part, are still pretty good. At the very least, I post the best of the best that I have with this camera, by the way. But yeah, like, I was like, my photos are better than theirs? That shouldn't happen. You're paying them for pictures to be amazing. Like, come on. So now they have to go back to Montana, because my god sister, Elia, again, she's the one that got married. She lives in Seattle now because that's where they went to school. But they're going to fly back to Montana in the summer to try and go back to the wedding venue, possibly, to try to get some better wedding photos so they can at least present it to people. But it was like, I was just shocked because I was like, really? They're that bad? I kind of want to see them now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But either way, I've been filming a lot of stuff because I've been going to certain things. Like I've gone to like a lobster fest in Long Beach, like in at the end of the summer. I've been going to I went to there was something else. Again, I did a couple of, I filmed a couple of things at Disneyland as well. Got some pretty good shots. I also went to Knott's Berry Farm, and I think I filmed a couple of things there. I've been filming, and I haven't really put it in a video, but I might want to try to, like, put all of that into one video. Possibly, maybe. I'm not quite sure about that. You know, because I kind of want to use those clips that I took. But, you know, that's kind of, so maybe there will be like a big video that I'll post at some point on the Bun Bun Vlogger. You know, not really a year in review, but I don't know. Like, that, it's something I'm thinking about, but I'm not 100% sure. But that depends. And I do want to try to make another short film. Like, I want to try to, like, maybe try to, if I can, try to film something with Javon again, even though he has a pretty busy schedule. But, yeah. But either way, I think that's probably about all I want to say when it comes to that. But that's essentially what my, where my mind's at when it comes to this channel and where I kind of want it to go and whatnot. And again, as I've said multiple times, even when I was like at the very close brink of saying I want to give up this channel, I'm gonna close it, blah 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 blah, I still really don't want to give it up. You know, even though my videos are not really doing that well at all, and that, again, that's my fault because I had like such a inconsistent schedule. And also, the YouTube algorithm's been changing to where it's not really easy for me to keep gaining an audience. Excuse me. I do still want to try, excuse me, to do something with this channel. I still want to possibly try to get it to grow. I know that there is going to be some point where I am going to probably either take a big break again, or I'm just going to say, this is the end of the channel, and I might, you know, I don't know. Let's just say it's not going to be anytime soon. It's not going to be near. But I'm still, like, going to try to change the habit of, like, you know, how many times I'm posting each week. Or, you know, I'm going to try to post each week, and if I can't, then I'll try to post as often as I can. But I don't want to keep leaving for, like, 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a couple of months, and then I'm like, hey, I'm back, you know? So that's what I'm trying to change, and so that's, yeah. So there's that. But even so, let's see, what time is it right now? It is 4:24. So is it 4:24? Yeah, I think so. I think the camera on that is a little, yeah, it's 4:26, so the clock is a little off. But I'm gonna go ahead and read some of your comments, and then I'm gonna possibly end the stream in like maybe 10 minutes or so. That depends on how much comments are there to read. So yeah, so let's get to it. And again, very sorry for the imagery. Like, for some reason it's very glossy. I don't understand why. But okay, so let's get to it. Northwestern Railway says, hey, Josh, hey, man, glad to see that you're in the stream, as always. Let's see. Excuse me, Christ. Dan Stein says, what do you think of wasps? I hate them, and I'm terrified of them. So anytime I see a wasp starting to build a nest in my house, not in my house, around my house, I get terrified. 100%. Walker Lee says, hey, Josh, it's been a while since I watched your streams. Do you remember me? My previous name was Lee Everett. Yes, I do remember you, so I'm glad that you're back. Northwestern Railway says Shadow Streak. Was that your previous name or something? Or I'm not quite sure. Just let me know. Crash Bandicoot says hi. Hey, Crash Bandicoot. I'm a big fan, or I was a big fan of you when I was a kid. Anyway. Yeah, because I used to play. I think I only played like maybe one or two of his games when I was a kid, but that was when I had a Game Boy at the time. But yeah. Anyway, continuing. Christian Bennett says, so yeah, I've been to Disney World in 2005 and it's so crowded there. Yeah, funny thing, when I was going to Walt Disney World, and I think the first year I went, actually I think it was 2005. 2005 or 2006. All I remember is that I was in the 4th grade when I first went. So that probably was in 2005. I don't know. Either way, the times I went to Disney World, I can't say I remember it being so crowded. I mean, especially considering how much crowded it is nowadays. I don't remember it being hellishly crowded back then when I used to go. The last time I went to Disney World was like, actually, next year it will be like a full 10 years since I've been to Disney World, because I haven't been since 2010 in the summer. 2010. So yeah, so it's been a very long time since I've been to Disney World, but I don't remember it being incredibly crowded. Like, the crowds were pretty. I mean, even back then in 2005 when I was going to Disneyland, it wasn't really all that crowded. I mean, for today's standards, it wasn't that crowded. But at least from my memories of going back to Disneyland when I was much younger. But yeah, like, I think the first year I went to Disney World was probably 2005. To be honest, I really don't remember. But yeah, either way, I don't remember it being incredibly crowded or hellishly crowded back then. Anyway, Walker Lee says, I think you should do a rant or review on videos, or review videos on movies and shows that were created in the 20th century. I think that would be cool. Oh, so like somewhat in the like the 1900s or so. That's the 20th century, right? I think so, yeah. Unless you were talking about, no, you weren't talking about 20th Century Fox or whatnot. I mean, I guess I could possibly start doing like maybe not a retrospective, even though I could maybe, but I could possibly start talking about like cartoons that I grew up with, and shows that I watched back in the day and whatnot. It would just have to be shows that I remember a lot, or maybe at some point I could start watching some of the cartoons that I used to watch when I was younger. To kind of like remember it a bit more. Like, say, like for example, The Mighty Bee. I guess I used to be on Nickelodeon. I remember I used to watch that when I was a kid. I don't know what I would think of it now if I were to watch it again, but things like that. So that is an idea. It's possible. So I'll definitely keep that in check. That probably would be like an idea I would probably 90% probably would end up doing, to be honest. So yeah, that's a really good idea. That might be something I'll think about throughout the next year. Mr. Matt 55 says, have you tried to re-upload your Brony live stream video yet? I'm not sure which live stream you're talking about. Is it one of the first live streams I've done? And if it is, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I don't know which one you're talking about. Like, I don't remember what Brony live stream. I don't remember, to be honest. Same Mr. Pat 55 also says, do you think Sesame Street and the Muppets have long overstayed their welcome and should be canceled? No. I mean, I think the Muppets definitely can be handled a lot better than they have been recently. They should have a better series than what they had before, and hopefully they can come out with some good movies again. I mean, well, the last movie that came out, well, I don't think I saw Muppets Most Wanted, but the movie that came out, I don't remember what year it was, but that was a good movie. But either way, I don't think they overstayed their welcome, to be honest with you. Like, and I don't really care all that much about Sesame Street, obviously, anymore, but like, I don't think they overstayed their welcome, you know what I mean? Like, it's still it's still like teaching kids things. It's still entertaining kids today, and so honestly, why get rid of it? You know, like I don't think it's overstayed its welcome, and people still love Sesame Street. You know, you still love the characters, so you know, I mean, it I'm not. I don't know because I haven't seen the show in a long time. But I don't think the show probably doesn't feel all that stale. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I really don't know. But if it's something that still works, you know, like it's fine. I guess. It's not like the Simpsons, I guess, where it has been feeling stale for the past few years, in the past 10 years maybe. But yeah, you know, it's that kind of thing. Anyway, uh, another question from him says, "Have you thought of reviewing Avengers Endgame and the MCU movies?" Not really, because I don't really watch a lot of Marvel movies. Um, Not really, you know, superhero movies. I don't dislike them, but they're personally not my thing. You know, like I won't flock to the movie theaters to see them, or I won't flock to the stores to get it or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy them. Don't get me wrong. Like I've enjoyed like a couple of the Avenger movies and some of the Iron Man movies and some of the other DC movies and Marvel movies and whatnot. And no, when I said other DC movies, no, I wasn't saying that Avengers and Iron Man was part of DC. I just mentioned DC. So just letting you know, I did not mix those two up. I know that they're not the same damn thing. So don't get it twisted. But even with that being said, like I have enjoyed these movies. I just don't really flock to see them, I guess. So most likely I wouldn't really be talking about those kinds of movies. If I were to get, like, say, Javon to go back onto this channel and make videos again, that would probably be where I would end up making videos about the Marvel universe, because he would be somebody to talk about that, especially if it was also like Star Wars related or even Harry Potter related. He would be the person to go to, you know what I mean? But he doesn't really make videos on his channel anymore, so um you know, so it's kind of that thing. I wonder if he wants to. That's the real question. Anyway, continuing on to the fourth question is, do you think one day SpongeBob will ever get canceled now that Stephen Hillenburg is dead and now that Nick is making a SpongeBob spinoff? Well, considering that they're making two SpongeBob spinoffs, I don't think that will be the cause of SpongeBob getting canceled, by the way. Also, I know at some point it's going to happen. Like, at some point, it's going to happen, all right? Like, it may not happen in the next year or in the next couple of years or even in the next 5 years, but it's going to happen at some point. But it's not going to happen because Stephen Hillenburg died. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Now, the real thing is that when SpongeBob possibly does end, whenever that happens, it's not going to be the death of the franchise, obviously. Like, even if the spin-offs don't work, there will still be other iterations of SpongeBob. In fact, he might become, like, say, the actual permanent, say, icon of Nickelodeon at some point. Kind of like, you know, the whole situation with well, maybe not in particular, because Nickelodeon didn't start off with SpongeBob, kind of like how Disney kind of started off with Mickey Mouse. But in some way, I wonder if it kind of would end up going that route. But I don't know. Like, again, at some point, SpongeBob will end. Like, I think that's just going to happen. You know, like, it can't go on forever. Even though it might, you never know. But, again, the franchise will not die. You will still probably have, like, a lot more other series. It might be like well, I don't know. I don't know. Those are two different scenarios. Kind of like, oh, it might be like a Scooby-Doo thing where there's be like multiple series with SpongeBob. I don't think that would work. I don't know. But just because Stephen Hillenburg is dead, that wouldn't really mean like, okay, well, we're gonna cancel the series. That just wouldn't really make any sense. You know, like I can't. Stan Lee. There we go. Stan Lee. He died, and they're still gonna keep making some Marvel movies, even if they are different from like some of the original characters and whatnot. But you know, the whole thing isn't gonna just be gone because he's gone now. You know, so I mean that's kind of how I see it. But you know, but like the SpongeBob show, Lord knows when it's gonna end. We don't know. I mean, it's still raking in a lot of views for Nickelodeon. It's still like one of the biggest series on their channel, but I don't know. Like Really depends, to be honest. But anyway, continuing here. Walker Lee, in response to that, says, "Oh, they're making a spinoff. Yeah, two spinoffs. One with Camp Coral, which I think that's supposed to be like a mini series or something. To be honest, I don't know, and I think it's a weird. I'm not angry at it, to be honest, as much as everybody else is, but I do think that it's definitely a weird concept, mainly because it's gonna mess up the continuity, especially between SpongeBob and Sandy, because apparently Sandy is going to be a Camp Coral, I think, and she's at least going to be in it, and that's just not going to make any sense because continuity wise, they did not meet when they were kids. They met, at the current age that SpongeBob is right now. I don't know how old he is, to be honest, but either way, like, they met in Jellyfish Fields when he was working at the Krusty Krab and this and that and all that kind of stuff. They didn't meet when they were kids. So, like, if that's what they're doing, that makes no flipping sense. So, I don't know. Anyway, but, yeah, there's that. And then there's another spin-off series, excuse me, that they're doing on Netflix with a musical series with Squidward. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, and Lord knows what other kind of spin-offs they're possibly thinking about. I don't know, but it's that whole situation. Anyway, continuing here. Yeah, yep, okay, so you got, you kind of explained that to him already with Camp Coral and all that. So Jason says, ever thought about reviewing such ranting on obscure foreign films or TV shows like Poppy the Performer, MFKZ, Matu, and I don't know any of those, but I might. Hopefully, I don't. I shouldn't. Nah, I think when I rewatch this stream, that comment should still be there. So I might try to look into some of those. I haven't really thought about reviewing foreign films, but that is definitely an idea to really like consider. Hopefully, so like it depends, to be honest. But yeah, keep the ideas coming. Even though I'm gonna try to end the stream pretty soon right now, because my mom should be coming home in about like a few minutes. Anyway, let's see, where am I at now? Walker Lee says, "Hey Josh, have you ever thought of making a Discord server?" That's not really, but I don't think. I mean, I could. That's a good point, but I'm not quite sure if I don't know. I mean, I could. Well, I don't know. Like that actually never came across my mind, mainly because I know that, like, even if that were to come across my mind, my channel isn't really that big enough to where I think I would have much like interaction with anybody in that in the server, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, if that is something you guys would want me to do, like make a Discord server, sure, I guess. I don't think there would be a reason for it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think there would be a reason for it, to be honest. Maybe I'm just not seeing it right now, but that is an interesting idea, but I'm not quite sure if that would be something that I would do. And maybe it is. Maybe I could. I don't know. But yeah. So never really thought of it, to be honest. So I don't know what I would make a Discord Discord server for, to be honest. But it's an interesting idea. Let's see here. Christian Bennett says, tomorrow it will be 15 years since I've been to Walt Disney World. Oh, wow. Damn. So the last time you've been was in 2005. Okay. Disney World has become expensive. So is Disneyland. Trust me. So I'm so lucky that when I went, it was a paid ticket. Like, the family already paid for a ticket for me because my godbrother wanted me to go to Disneyland with him, even though he spent his entire day alone, which was fine with me, to be honest, because I rathered hanging out with my god sister, her husband, and my godmother being with them during at Disneyland than being with him. No offense, but I would much rather hang out with them because they're kind of easier to be around, to be honest. But yeah, that's that whole situation there. But they paid for my ticket, and it was nice. It was nice. I can't thank her enough for it. And it was nice to be able to hang out with them again because I usually don't hang out with my god sister a lot. So it was nice to be able to hang out with her for a while and catch up again with her husband because we hung out a couple of times when I was in Montana, and this was before the wedding. This was like years before the wedding, but well, 2 years before the wedding, might I add. But yeah, it was kind of nice to be able to see them again and hang out and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, Disney is expensive, which is a shame because like I think it's especially Disneyland, especially since it's the original park and it's the park that Walt Disney actually was able to walk through because unfortunately he died before Walt Disney World ever opened. Um, but yeah, like Walt Disneyland, like it's a place that he actually walked through and all that stuff. So it is a bit more magical because of that. But and again, it's the original. But I do think these places are definitely something that everybody should be at least be able to experience because it is a special place, to be honest. But when it gets crowded, that's kind of where it gets insane. So, and when I mean crowded, let me tell you, the day after I went, the 27th, the day after I went, on that day, it became, and again, I went on the 26th, so the 27th is the day. It became so crowded that it hit capacity at 11:20. Insane. And some of the lines, some of the rides, like say the one of the newer rides at the Star Wars Land, a Galaxy's Edge, which I was able to do under single rider. Excuse me. And it was good because I got to be an engineer. I did not want to even pilot that thing, the Millennium Falcon. It was a fun ride. The wait time for that sometimes would be up to 330 minutes long. 330 minutes long. Screw that. No way. But yeah, like it's but yeah, Disney can get extremely busy, especially considering the fact that when it's incredibly busy, you're paying a whole lot more for that. So it's nuts. It's completely nuts. But yeah, but it's expensive. So I don't blame you for not going for 15 years. Mr. Pat 55 says, "Do you think soap operas will stay on TV until the day we all die?" Most likely, because people do like soap operas. I personally can't stand them, but a lot of people still like them. You also say it'll be 6 years since I've been to Walt Disney World as a part of my senior class trip. Nice, congrats. I'm sure that should have been fun. Mr. Pat 55 says the one you attempted to upload last month or so. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. It was the one where I wanted to talk about which I eventually ended up talking about that whole situation with My Little Pony and their apparent G4.5 series, I guess, the My Little Pony Life, I don't remember what it was called, but the new series that they're coming out with, which is basically a spinoff and whatnot. Yeah, I was going to do a stream, but because of like so many things that were going on, I had to cancel it. So there's not really a way for me to re-upload the stream because I didn't make it. I ended up streaming like I think a couple of days later, and I ended up talking about it. So there's that. And he also says, "Do you think Family Guy will go on for as long as The Simpsons?" Not really quite sure, to be honest. I don't know. Hopefully not, because yeah, but I don't really know. Northwestern Railway says, "First time doing this multitasking thing." Are you talking about you, or are you talking about me? Because like, yeah, I am kind of multitasking in a way. Because I'm talking with somebody and doing all that kind of stuff. Anyway, continuing. Should Disney stop, Mr. Pat 55 says, should Disney stop making live action remakes? Yes, they should. Or at the very least, if they want to make these live action remakes of these movies, pace them. And when I mean pace them, I mean maybe do at least maybe one every year or maybe one every other year or something. Because like when you have 4 live action remakes coming out in 1 year, it's irritating. People are irritated and they're annoyed and they're like, enough is enough, Disney. Stop. So I don't think they should necessarily just stop all of them, but at the same time, I think they should really slow down and like, I don't know, like, or I don't know. It's like it is annoying, but give us something new. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, Jason says, want to go back to playing video games and review the ones you've played before. Um, I don't. I yeah, that's a. I mean, I'm guessing that's a video idea that you came up with. I don't play a lot of video games, but it would be interesting if I tried to go back to video games. But I wouldn't know how to review them. I guess I don't know, but that is a interesting idea. Even though I probably could, because I do have. Well, I could get like an emulator on my phone, probably like a Game Boy emulator, and try to play some of those older. I did it before. Should try to do it again. Because it's kind of nice to be able to play some of the old games that you used to play when you were a kid, like some of the Sonic games, the Mario games, Crash Bandicoot again. You know, it's nice to be able to play some of those games again, even if you don't have a Game Boy. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue here. Walker Lee says, "I remember my brony phase, good times." I think we all remember our if we used to be bronies at the time, we all kind of remember it. And again, I was only a brony for like 1 month. And I was like, nah, I can't stand the fandom. I still like the show, but I couldn't stand the fandom at the time. So it was kind of funny. Let's see. And then he continues to say, I feel like this decade had more remakes than original movie concepts. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Like, yeah, hopefully that can change, but it probably won't, unfortunately. Northwestern Railway says, talking about me, actually. Oh, I'm guessing in terms of multitasking. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Disney remakes are annoying. The one that I am just not really sure how that's gonna go, if you guys don't know this, they're making a live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. I'm not kidding. They are coming out with a live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. That is in the plans of their... it's gonna happen. I don't know how they're gonna do it. All I know is they're gonna screw it up. That's all I know. Like, you know, that they're gonna screw it up. That's all I can say. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to any of the other ones that they're coming out with, to be honest. But yeah, so that's kind of just how I see everything. Mr. Pat55 says, would you recommend watching Steven Universe? I mean, sure, go ahead. I mean, if you're talking about the series or the newer series, the Steven Universe Future, I don't know. I'm personally not really into Steven Universe anymore. Like, I don't really care for the series anymore, and I think for some reason I just don't like the main character, Steven, anymore. Don't ask me why. I really have no clue, but for some reason, I guess I just don't like him, and it's weird. But like, I don't know. I don't really have a great explanation for it, but I'm really not all that into Steven Universe anymore. It's strange, but it's that whole situation. But if you want to see the series, then you know, go ahead, of course. You also say, should Discovery Family do a crossover of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and Littlest Pet Shop since they share the same art style and writing staff and voice actors? I think that it would definitely be too late for them to do that, since Littlest Pet Shop ended that series a while ago, even though personally, I have to say, I kind of found myself liking Littlest Pet Shop more than My Little Pony after a while. But yeah, it would be interesting, but I don't think it would work, to be honest. You know, so the world of My Little Pony, I don't think would kind of weld in well with the world of Littlest Pet Shop, to be honest. I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, continuing, say, oh God, please no. I think that's in reply to the Little Mermaid, the Lilo and Stitch remake. Also, yeah, there is a Little Mermaid remake that's coming out. That's gonna be interesting. Nor do I honestly give a shit, but yeah, that's all I can say. Orgaliz says, have you watched the Total Drama or hold on. Have you watched Total Drama? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? If you're talking about the older series, like the first couple of seasons, I watched it, but I wasn't like an avid fan or avid watcher of Total Drama. But from what I have seen, it was an interesting show. There was some episodes that are definitely very funny and some characters that I liked. And then there were like certain seasons where like they had completely new characters. Like probably the last two seasons, I guess, where they had like new cast members, and I didn't really care that much for them. I don't know, like, but yeah, it was an interesting series, especially since it kept coming back like every summer on Cartoon Network. Now with Total Drama Rama, however, the newer series where all the contestants are kids in a daycare center. I personally don't like that show. I tried watching a few episodes and I just couldn't really sit through it. It just I couldn't stand it personally. So this message is held for review. So I am going to withhold. Well, two of them were because okay. Anyway, excuse me. Miss Beth says in My Little Pony Friendship's Magic, and the two, sadly, yeah, and they all grew up, so that's interesting. Northwestern Railway 6. Crazy how Steven was a happy-go-lucky kid, and nowadays he's an Angus through with people's shit teen in future. Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I saw like one clip of Steven kind of like just yelling at Pearl and the pink Pearl or whatever, and that kind of I know I didn't get much of a context of that clip, but at the same time, like, it didn't really make me like him even more. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't like him. I don't know, like, it was kind of strange. But yeah, so there's that situation there, but again, I don't. Yeah, it's weird because I don't really care for the show anymore. But for some reason, I just don't like the character Steven anymore. Don't know why. And quickly, if you can, explain to me why he's an Angus teen now. Maybe it's actually, I think I already answered that question because he's a teenager. Doy, he was a kid. Of course, he's more happy, and now he's a teenager. He's like, oh my god, I hate everything. Like, it's typical. It's typical of teenagers to be like that. Christ. So, no surprise there. But anyway, let me continue on with these comments, and then I'm going to end pretty soon. Walker Lee, the My Little Pony series finale was good, having 3 final villains. 3 villains? Jesus, that's crazy. Of course, they have to have gone off epic with the series, as they usually do. Emo Indiana just says, hi, Josh. Not only end of another year, but also end of a decade. Ain't that interesting? Yes, it is. It definitely is. To be honest with you, I found the 2010s to be the start of when people became much and much dumber. That was probably very bad grammar, but fuck it. But I found it to be the year where people just gotten even more idiotic almost each year that just passed. Like, and I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if any of you guys or any other people have noticed, but it just felt like people were just getting increasingly dumber ever since the 2010s has started. I could be wrong, but it just felt that way to me. So hopefully 2020 people can get a whole lot more smarter now. I don't think it's gonna happen, but hopefully 2020 people, I don't know, hopefully it gets better in the 2020s. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like, it really depends. Anyway, let's see. He says, should Seth MacFarlane make a third Ted sequel? You mean a trilogy? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen the second movie. Saw the first movie. It was weird. I don't know. I don't really care for it, but if he wants to, fine, I guess. But I don't really care for it. Jason says, let's not forget 2019 was also gave us awful shit like Playing with Fire, Play Mobile, the movie, Ugly Dolls, etc. Well, Playing with Fire was that a movie, or are you talking about people playing with fire? I'm not quite sure. A little confused by that, but yeah. And Ugly Doll, it's funny because like when I remember when I first saw like a trailer or a teaser for Ugly Dolls, like I was like, okay, that kind of looks cute and whatnot. But like then I started hearing some bad things about the movie. I'm like, oh god. It's like okay. Oh, there was another movie. What was it called? It was a Nickelodeon movie. It was about a girl and like a theme park. What was it? What was it called? I don't remember. Which I think that was supposed to be like a pilot, technically, because eventually I think that's going to be turned into a series on Nickelodeon. I don't remember what it was called. What was it called? Wonder Park or something? I think it was called Wonder Park. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, like, I remember when I first saw a trailer for that and it looked good. And then I started seeing even more, like, teasers on TV. And I was like, yeah, this isn't really looking all that good. Like, the characters are kind of looking a bit annoying. Then it came out and it didn't get good reviews. And I'm like, okay, that's disappointing. But yeah, so let's see. Anyway, let's continue on. Finally got Netflix. The shows here blew my mind. Also, Happy New Year. Yes, secure Alpha. I'll just call you Alpha because for some reason I can't say the first name. Happy New Year's. Yes. And yeah, I barely watched Netflix, but again, the Green Eggs and Ham series, that was amazing. I might try to watch some other series on Netflix. I'm not quite sure. Most likely animated, because I just really like animated shows, but you never know. Continuing. Mr. Pat 55 says Total Drama series also overstayed their welcome. In a way, yeah, like it's yeah, in a way. Orgally says, I would prefer the season 1 characters from Total Drama living life as high school students. Seems more interesting than preschool kids. Oh, definitely. But yeah, I can't stand that show personally. Like the kids are annoying and yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, I just went until 2030 for internet memes movies, which will be like Roger Rabbit and the Lego Movie crossover and something. I don't know. Like that's interesting. Walker Lee says, I agree, people nowadays have gotten dumber. Yes, they have. Yes, 100%. I know I'm not the only person that noticed that. Mr. 55 says it's real life Idiocracy and a Wonder Park series. Yeah, okay, so it was called Wonder Park. But I think it was called Wonder Park. But yeah, like that, I don't know if they're still even trying to make that into a series, but that was definitely within the plans that after the movie, it was going to become a series on Nickelodeon. So I don't know if they're still going to do it or if they have been working on it and they're still working on the series now and whatnot. I really don't know. But it's most likely going to be a series on Nickelodeon. So you never know. I don't know if they're going to still go through with it or if they're canceling it. But that is in the plans. How long have I been streaming for, by the way? Christ, I've been streaming for an hour anyway. I said 30 minutes, but I've been streaming for an hour. I'm really going to have to end this very soon. But let's just answer the last few. And then Northwestern Railway says, also, are you considering watching Spies in Disguise? I'm skeptical of that movie, even if it's gotten good feedback. I'll just wait for a DVD copy. I was close to seeing it, to be honest, because the day after I came back from Disneyland, my godbrother stayed with me, and he wanted to go to the movies. Right? So I was making a plan, being like, okay, I'm going to pick up my check from work, cash it in, and I'm going to head on over to Culver City around 11 to 12 o'clock. It wasn't until we got on the tram to go back to the parking lot that he told me, I have a movie at 10:10 in the morning. I'm like, dude, don't you think that could have been something you could have told me maybe a couple of days before? You can't tell me the night of, or basically the morning of, because Disneyland closed at midnight. You cannot tell me the day of that you have a movie at 10:10, expect me to go home, sleep for a few hours, and get up early to drive you all the way down. It's like, dude, like I wasn't going to do that. Not only that, but when I woke up, I had like a massive headache, so I had to take like headache relief, which thankfully worked, so I was still able to go to Frozen that day. And also meet up with some other family around the city as well. But yeah, like so I told him, you know what, you're gonna have to take an Uber because I'm not feeling well, and you didn't tell me in time. Yeah, so I was like, you're gonna have to take an Uber down there, and you're gonna have to see another screening. But I was like, I just wasn't up for it at the time. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to the movies to see Spies in Disguise. It definitely does look like it looks like a dumb movie to me. But hey, you never know, it might actually be good somehow. But yeah, I haven't been to the movie theaters in almost 2 years, so and for some reason I kind of want to keep it that way. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm not really into going into movie theaters anymore. Don't ask me why. Anyway, continuing here. Jason said Playing with Fire is actually a 2019 movie. Never heard of that, honestly. Was it animated or was it live action? Was it adult for kids? Whatever. I haven't heard of it. I'm surprised I haven't. And you say, and also was made by Nickelodeon, and Wonder Park is the correct name. Playing with Fire. Uh, was the Playing with Fire happen to be? Was it a horror movie by Nickelodeon? Maybe, I don't know. I I might remember it now. Maybe. To be honest, I don't know. And then continuing, it says, I don't feel bad. I feel skeptical too. It's like they combined The Emperor's New Groove and every spy espionage cliche film. And Playing with Fire is literally in the name of the film. It was live action. Okay, so I don't think I actually did ever hear that movie before. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I can't really remember it at all, so I don't know. So I can't say anything about the excuse me. Can't really say anything about the series, or I mean about the movie, because I don't really remember hearing anything about Playing with Fire. It was with John. Oh no! I remember. Okay. I remember that movie. I didn't see it. It definitely looked dumb, but yeah, it with John Cena and somebody else. Not Jordan Peele. What that? No, that's not his name. But one of the guys from Key and Peele, I think. But yeah, that wasn't a movie I was gonna see anyway. So, but yeah, but now I remember. Yeah. I don't know. It looked bad, but it could have been. I don't know. But it wasn't a movie I was even interested in seeing at all, because I think it was a movie I've seen millions of times. It was kind of like what was that movie? I'm looking this up right now. Um, it was with let's see, Van Diesel. Pacifier. That was the literal movie of the name of the movie. If you guys remember, in the year 2005, there was I think it was a Disney, it was some Disney movie called The Pacifier. Honestly, Playing with Fire reminds me of The Pacifier. Like, I can't be the only one. Like, just thinking about it right now, it reminds me of The Pacifier. Because like, it's I think it's been a movie that's been done before, so there you go. Um, Anyway, let's do like the last few comments that were just here, and then I'm gonna go. Walt Walker Lee says, I forgot that Nickelodeon made movies. Same, because they don't make a lot of movies anymore. Mr. Pat 55 says, how can you forget that Nick makes movie at? They have been doing it for years, since Harriet the Spy. Well, the thing is that like Nickelodeon doesn't make a crap ton of movies. It's not like Universal or Disney or it's not like that where they make multiple movies per year. They make like maybe a couple of movies, um, or maybe one movie per year. But we don't see a lot of Nickelodeon movies going to theaters. Like, it's somewhat kind of rare. They're mainly on TV, or at least that's how I see it. Anyway, Walker Lee says, haven't been on Nickelodeon for about 2 years. Also, most of Nickelodeon's TV, straight TV movies, right? Garbage. Just gonna say that right now. Mr. Pat says, should there be a law that states that movie trailers shouldn't reveal too much? That why would anybody waste the law on movie trailers? That wouldn't make sense. Be like, oh, there should not that. No, no. I like it's nah. I think that's, to be honest, that's not the best idea. That just doesn't make sense to me. Also, Walker Lee says, and real life has gotten in the way, so I might kind of forgotten. Oh, so you might have forgotten about Nickelodeon and all that stuff. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Anyway, again, what time is it? It's 5 o'clock. Yeah, Mom should be entering the door any minute. So, either way, and we're gonna probably try to make some dinner right now, or we might end up ordering pizza. I don't know, or we might go out. Either we go out tonight or we go out tomorrow. I really don't remember. Either way, this was my quick. Hold on a second. It's not a good time, even though I was gonna end it, but still. Always get like these fucking scammer calls. Anyway, but yeah, that was my stream, ladies and gentlemen. Again, quick New Year's Eve stream. Just wanted to get that out there. Just wanted to say hello and Happy New Year's to everybody. Hopefully you guys all had a good Christmas as well. And hopefully 2019 was a good year for you guys. My 2019, to be honest, was mostly good. There were certain times of the year where I definitely could have done much better. Or like I could have I had my ups and downs, I will definitely say, but overall I think 2019 was better than last year, I think, and hopefully 2020 gets even better, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't get any crappy news starting tomorrow. That will just hopefully 2020 just starts off great. But it might not, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining this stream. I didn't know if anyone was gonna really join in, to be honest, because it was again at the last minute. But again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. I don't know when the next stream will be. I say that all the time, but I literally don't know when the next one will be. And I don't know when the next video will be as well. But I might try to, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, but I might possibly do that idea that, it was either Jason or Walker Lee, I think, that told me about, like, talking about cartoons that I used to watch when I was younger. Yeah, that's an idea that might literally happen, to be honest. I'll definitely keep that in mind, and I'll definitely think about it. But yeah, so, hopefully I can see you guys soon. I might not come out with a video until next week, or maybe not even, well, I really don't know. To be honest, like, again, that really depends. But either way, let's see. Happy New Year's to you. We do too. Bye. Going back to Mario Odyssey at the end of the decade late. And Walker Lee says, Happy New Year. Hopefully 2020 will be a lot better, especially for me, since 2019 was a horrible year for me. Damn. Very sad to hear that. Again, hopefully 2020 is much better for you, much better for everybody, and better for me. Even though 2019 was mainly good for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I can't really say I can complain about a lot of things. But hopefully 2020 continues that upward trend. And last, Jason says, at first I thought Playing with Fire was some kind of awesome inspired action movie based on the title, but unfortunately it turned out to be a unfunny, stupid, generic comedy film. And all that, yes, true. Like most of these movies that come out nowadays. But either way, yes, I am going to end the stream right now. So again, Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. And I know for some of you, that's going to be happening in about 4 hours. I still got about almost 6 hours. I got 7 hours. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, I got 7 more hours. So some of you guys have 4 more hours until it's literally 2020. It's gonna be interesting for me because I gotta go to work tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So it's like, yes, whatever. But it should be fine. But anyways, yes, again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, it was such a cool prank. And see you later. Yes, see you guys later. Until next time, I will see you later. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Oh, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. Peace out. See you next time.